Good morning, everybody, and happy... Oh, hey, George. Good Georging, everybody. Who, your paws are wet. You've been in the shower. I can tell. Okay, so George and I are here to wish you a happy Wednesday. So there's George. He's being George. He is who he is. So happy Wednesday to everybody. This show is brought to you by a life making mistakes is not only honorable, but more useful than a life doing nothing. George Bernard Shaw. A life making mistakes is not only honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. So good old George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw has your name. Do you know that? Did you know that? You didn't know that, did you? So George says, good morning. Good morning. I'm George. Hi, I'm George. And now he's looking for the Seti eel, which lives up here, and he knows it. He knows the Seti eel is up there. Okay, down you go. All right. So today we're going to, first of all, this is only a short show, so it's only going to be 1 hour. And we're going to go till 11 o'clock. Second thing I'll tell you is I see a red light on my receiver for this thing, so we may or may not lose it somewhere along the line. I'll keep an eye on it, and then we have to switch back to this. The only reason I'm not using this overhead mic is because my kid is right here doing school, and I don't want to disrupt his class, and I don't want him disrupting our show. So we're going to keep this mic on standby and ready to go whenever we get to it. We'll see what happens. Right now, I've got it turned all the way down because they conflict. The two mics will cause static and chatter on the channel. So I'm keeping it separate. Bring up the gain. Here we are. Okay, so we lost the headset. That lasted, I think, a whopping 4 minutes or 5 minutes into the show before we lost that headset. Before we lost the headset. So we're back on the main mic and try to not make it disruptive to my kids' school. Okay. So if we're wondering why I'm not as ecstatic about the portable mic, that's it right there. It lasted 1.5 shows. No, 1.1 shows. It didn't even last 1.5 shows. So then it died. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and do our lines here. And just like we do before, I've got a number 4, a 0.4 pencil. I'm going to keep my elbow off the table, and I'm going to try to draw these lines. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Start at the point, the departure point, and look to your end point. Put your pin here and look to your end point. Same thing here. Look to your end point. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, look. I've got a one-night stay at a Marriott hotel for free. 1. Yeah, they've called before. 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do these guys here. We should pull. We should always pull. So we always should pull. There we go. And today is 11/11. It's Veterans Day. So 11/11 is Armistice Day and Veterans Day. So happy Veterans Day to all of you who have served. We'll come back over here. I know at least 2 of you guys who are routinely with me have served. And so that's a great thing. All right. We've got to do the comic for Geekway Homes. So that's our job for today. We're going to do that. I need to adjust the mics. I'm sorry, guys. With the dead mic, that's not helping us any. So I'm trying to get a good adjustment here for picking it up, and I apologize. So, okay, we're back to where we are here. Let's go ahead and go into here. We're going to go to Geekway Homes, and we're going to look at the instructions. This instruction was kind of confusing, so I'm going to have to remember what we were doing. I'm unsure what the battle plan was. Okay, so the final loan has been approved for our hero and our heroine, and they are, okay, that's the main, there's the sketch, let's go to the monitor. Our final loan has been approved by our hero and our heroine, so they're ready to start the next step. So the looks like here it says, hey, wire instantly, I'll just send the money. Then they have to body tackle him because the guy is going to send the money. Obviously he's going to, I don't know what he's going to send the money. So kind of like the idea that maybe he's trying to send the money via like pigeon or something. Kind of be funny. I mean, like, get into the ridiculous part of this here. So we'll go on ahead and do this. Very confused pigeon with like a backpack here full of money. We'll get there. And so, excuse me. Okay. So our husband here, guy, he's like, I got a pigeon. I'm gonna send the money. Alright. Not really what I want to do. It clicked on the middle of nowhere. Alright, so damn it. Stop clicking. Okay, so he's trying to send the money here via pigeon. I think that's funny. Something about the idea of a very confused pigeon cracks me up. So that's highly entertaining here. Right? So here's this. We've got a lot of connection issues. Good morning, Donald. I apparently just dropped and restarted. Are you still there? Donald, can you still see me? That's the question. It just dropped and restarted. I'm hoping it's picking up the stream. Okay, good. Good. It just dropped everything and then restarted everything. So I was like, oh no. I'm going to use number 7 for this. For the drawing here, and I'm going to use number, oh, for crying out loud. Sometimes habits suck. I have a habit of loading things into Photoshop, but I didn't need it in Photoshop. I needed it in Clip Studio, but right now Creative Cloud is really screwed up, and all of my Creative Cloud apps are really messed up. And so loading it into Photoshop means that we now have to wait, because my entire computer is going to use 100% of its resources to sit and wait for 2-3 minutes to load Photoshop so they can freak out that I haven't signed in. And because I haven't signed in since 5 minutes ago. So how do they know if I've paid or not? We have a real issue going on with Adobe. I am not happy with Adobe right now. Not only is everything taking so long, but I mean, I can't use my computer. Nothing can be used at this point. So Adobe, if you're listening, this is a real problem. We're locking my show down. I only have a 1-hour show, and I'm about to spend 10 minutes of it just loading Photoshop by accident. So that's an issue. And it's still not loaded. Even though the load screen's gone away, I still can't cancel. So, okay. And that should let it clear memory. And then this time, open with Clip Studio Paint. There. That's what we wanted. Okay. We're going to take just the picture here and copy it. I'm going to move it over to 9 and paste it right here. Right, we're going to take this guy. We're just going to use this same picture under the sketch. Right? There's no reason to. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take. I'll drop it down so that we don't have to. It's not omnipresent here. We'll take the sketch, and I'm actually going to move the husband over. Right. There we go. So, like usual, I have a problem. So, Donald, happy Veterans Day to you and to Brent. Naturally, it's 11:11. I appreciate what you guys have done in your day. And there we go. Clean off all of that. Get all of that off of there. Along with the veterans who may actually be watching the show. My sister might be watching. Yeah, I think they're working on towers as well over here. I hear a lot of noise outside, but I think that's just yard work. But I think that's the same thing. I think they're working on the towers. And so, working back on my sketch. And, Donald, you and I don't have to tell Brent the Navy's cooler than the Marines. We don't have to tell him that. We're just saying. But he doesn't need to know that. Okay. And we're just going to go in here and we're just going to pretty much not trace per se, but this is Connie, and Connie is kind of doing her thing, right? They got their day yesterday. They can just, relax. Marines are cool. Just Navy's cooler. That's all. It's just a thing. Okay, we got Connie here. We're just going to kind of... Oh, man. Inter-service rivalry. It's alive and well. My bestie is an Army guy. This is inter-friendship rivalry there. So... Anyway, here we go with, we're just going to trace this in. We're putting in this, I'm putting in Connie here. We're going to make her look pretty decent. She's pretty happy. This looks worried, so let's not make her worried. She's not worried. She's doing fine. She's happy. Right? Because they got their loan has been approved. They just need the money wired over. All of that is true. Absolutely. I actually cannot complain about Marines at all. I mean, there is nothing to complain about with Marines. Marines are awesome. So, she's still pregnant. This hasn't been that long. Although, I'm starting to feel like she's pregnant eternally. Because this particular comic takes place in a shorter amount of time than the actual comic has taken place to draw. I'll have her putting her hand on her tummy like this. And maybe we'll put her in a longer sleeve for just a little bit here, like she's wearing a jacket at this point in time. Because it's cold. And I'm going to do little things like tilt her hair up. And she's going to be happy too. Got her hand on her tummy. And we're going to notice an empty chair right here. it's important all right, now we'll take that away. We can see that she's preggers. Even with her jacket on, she's still preggers. So there you go. So we'll say, congrats, the loan's been approved. Then the next thing we want to do is get a picture of her. By the way, one of the reasons that I trace a lot is because it's been so long since the last time that I did these comics that I forget what these characters look like. So I'll want to, like, this panel here is one that we will steal. Yeah, we do need some dress up back here. I think you're right. Something to dress it up. You know, you know what I think should happen? Here's what I think should happen. We're going to move her over to here. I'm going to take this sketch, and this is going to be the punchline. Right? Like that. There we go. We'll move there. I'll move this guy. Right? Okay. Okay. And so we'll take the sketch here, and we'll do this copy paste, and we'll just keep there. So here's my thought. Here's what we've got. Panel 1. Your loan has been approved. Okay, cool. Not a problem. And she says, excellent. How should I get the money to them? And she says, oh, wire it or carrier pigeon. And then she says, wait, you didn't say carrier pigeon to my husband, did you? And then here we are in this last panel, and that's the gag. So that's our gag, I think. I think that's what we're going to go with this. And then we'll come in here with a pencil on the sketch layer, and we will give her a little jacket. There we go. She's wearing a jacket this time. So now, okay, good. You're laughing. That means that I probably did this somewhat right. And the husband, of course, so determined to do exactly what she said that he's putting a carrier pigeon together out there. Okay. All right. So now we can take this guy and trash him. And there we go. So now we've got sort of the rough going in for all 4 panels. And actually, maybe here we should have her look a little alarmed. Like, wait. Right? Okay. So our little, he looks like, what does he look like? Does anybody know? Right. I'm just trying to find a good picture of him. Okay, there we go. Oh man, that's what I keep kids around for. Right there. Okay, so we're going to have him here. He's got the John Denver hair going for him. Right? And then we're going to have, he's got like these eyes that are like this. And ooh, okay. Here we go. I've had total days like that. It makes you wonder whether we're past our expiration date whenever those things happen. You're like, really? Really? There we go. All right. And it should be, remember, blah, 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 bank. There we go. So there's the, there we go. Okay. Now we're going to get on the main. I feel like we've got pretty much a good rough sketch going. Even with slowdowns, this is only taking a few minutes to do. And then we should be able to roll this out the door. Right? Right? Red Robin. Yum. Okay, I'm done. Red Robin sounds good. Applebee's is okay. I don't mind Applebee's, but I'm a hamburger guy, so kind of like Red Robin, And it's kind of a thing. But I think that's a great idea, my friend. I think that's an awesome idea. Let's bring that brush size down to its correct size here. We like to put it right at 18 or 17, somewhere right in there. That's the right size. 18 is actually where I go work. So 18 is my sweet spot on all of these. We'll zoom in to get close here. And let's put in, and let's not ink well. There we go. Boy, I am brushstroke over the top here, man. Okay, so we'll do this. Put in the tails in. These are called tails on speech bubbles. And we'll put that in like that. Put that tail in. Then I'll just go on ahead and just clear it out. That makes it easier. That way I don't have to mess with it. Right? See, that's, I don't know. I like the endless fries too. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I hope that Brent is doing something today as well. There we go. So, then she's going to say, wait. Right? I'm putting in the bubbles first because all artwork goes in front of or behind bubbles. Alrighty. There we go. Endless salads, though. When I was a kid, there was no way I would have gone for an endless salad. But now, that actually sounds really nice. You just keep going. Okay. There we go. I always think about things like endless fries or endless salad. Now I'm kind of hungry for those things. I'd blame you, but I'd be hungry for them anyway. Okay. I go for the hardest ones first. And close-ups are hard. So we're going to do this first. She's stressed, so I'm kind of wiggling her hair a lot. The idea being that she started. Wait. Right. So here's where it's very useful to have done those exercises that we've been doing before we start everything here, because now I can just do that, right? We get some nice weight down there. I don't have to do anything else. There we go. Oh, that's good. Great Clips has free haircuts. Oh, that's interesting. Any of you good people out there who are veterans, you can get a free haircut today, or at least a discount on today's. It's awesome. And yeah, money decides so many things. I feel you, man. I feel you. It's the reason why I don't do many things either is because of money. Right? And it's a thing. That wasn't good. There we go. Perfect. Nah, maybe not, but right, we want heavier right in the very beginning and not so heavy in the end. Yeah. Many decisions are stressful for all of us, boy. It's so true. Okay. Let's see what we can do about our hair here. There we go. Going in and fixing all these little lines. I follow all of that. I'm glad you're not sick. That's a good thing, my friend. That is a good thing. Had a friend of mine who I think might have been a friend. Oh, look, I get to become famous on Twitter. Isn't that amazing? Not only that, that's 2 bots in there. I'd clear them out, but they're only going to hit once, so. And they're 2 different names. So, the bots are. I'm going to have to figure out how to auto ban people in Twitch. Twitch is what I'm looking at. Twitch. All right. I'm going ahead and do this. computer going on right here. I get kind of sad about all of those, instant famous, get a whole bunch of followers, yada, yada, yada things for multiple reasons. One, it's obviously not going to work. So all you're really doing is sucking in kids who don't know any better, and they're going to pay you a lot of money, and then you won't give them anything. You'll say, hey, you should just broadcast every day and don't stop. Thank you for your payment. And that's going to become sort of the problem. So, I know you can hear my kids' classroom in the other, over there. There we go. So, she's saying, you can do anything. Yeah, it is an epic bottle. And that's what's going on. The bots are in there just being... And you'd think, what if they sold stuff to each other? Could you say that the bot bought it? I mean, these are all things I wonder about. Right? Always draw the things closest to you first. In this case, her computer is the thing closest to me. Right? And her little keyboard here. So... there we go. And what if they have to go pee? Do they go to the bot room? Just wondering. Okay. There we go. Nope. Here we go. So what we're doing here is this. Okay. Then they Peabodies. I think we're having fun with the puns is what we're doing. Of course, when do we not, right? When are we not having fun with puns? It's because I love you, Brent. It's because I love you. That's why. And by the way, happy Veterans Day. Donald and I have been sitting here talking about where free meals are and free haircuts and stuff like that for vets today. So that's been a great thing. So and put this in here, and I live to serve. And by serving, I mean, serve Star Trek memes that get things stuck in your head. That's what I live to serve to do. So, she has a coat on today because she's cold. Anyway, there we go. We'll go through here. She's got a little coat on, and we are way far along on this pregnancy. We got an empty chair over here. This is significant to the story. Alrighty. Ooh, Golden Corral is free. Yeah. I like Golden Corral. Sometimes they have okra. And there's just no substitute for okra in my book. Alright. There we go. Just putting in the chair for her. We were earlier snarking about services, of course, and you missed our dig at the Marines a little. Even though we were digging, of course, we were digging with love and respect, of course, naturally. But we were having fun, and we missed you. But it's no fun to have inter-service rivalry if there's no other services to rival with. There we go. Oh, that's a bummer. Texas Roadhouse is pretty cool. But I also feel like a lot of places are going to have a weird time because of COVID at this moment. So there is that. We're going to have some difficulty because of the way COVID is. Alrighty. I'm hoping I can get the inking done before we hit 11 o'clock. I can't actually. This week we have to do all of our shows in 1 hour blocks. Next week we can continue back and where we can at least see what we're doing about continuing on. But at the moment I kind of have to ride herd on my kids, so we're only doing 1 hour blocks this week. Okay, so I apparently cannot dig at the Marines as well as you can dig at yourself. That was awesome. And wholly not true for you, my friend. Definitely. But that was pretty good. Now, see, that's true. You're not going to get. I don't think of the three of us. There's a single Army fan here. I mean, all of us are Navy and Marines, you know. So there's that. But my best friend is Army, and so we kind of have to. If I dig at Army, I dig at Army whenever when he's around. He's not on the show today, sadly. Him and his wife are both Army, so there's always rivalry there. Always be rivalry. It's not any fun if we're not having fun. What's life for if there's not a little bit of fun? I was thinking about that earlier today. I was thinking about how in our culture we sort of have taken to friendly banter and insults between buddies, between friends. But there's an unwritten set of rules behind it. You can only do it whenever you're with the people you know are buddies. And I feel like sometimes in culture now, there are people who feel like that's acceptable behavior even without your buddies. I think we get kind of confused, and they go out there and they're just trying to be fun, and they're just trying to banter, and they're calling people names, and they don't realize that that's unacceptable. The chair force. Yeah, but other than I have a friend whose daughter just got her solo license and everything, and she's like 16. Well, she didn't get her solo license. She's still too young to get a solo license. She's headed for the Air Force. But she's one of those high-speed, low-drag. You know what I mean? Just really... She's been driven all of her life. I've known her since she was a baby. And even as a baby, she was, like, on task. She had a goal. She was headed there. And she was going there. It was like... She's in Civil Air Patrol right now, and she just got commissioned, which, it's Civil Air Patrol. But still, she's gotten her officer PIP, and she's just serious. She's so serious. Ooh, ouch. Oh, I like that one. Yeah. Oh, I worry about things like that. I hope to goodness that she's such a good kid, and, I really would hate to see something like that happen. I mean, obviously right now she's 16. Her eyesight's perfect, as all of us 16-year-olds were, right? So, but I worry that she's going to have eyesight problems or whatever. However, man, I mean, she soloed with a glider. Just, it was a month ago? I think a little over a month ago. Because she can't solo under powered engines yet. She's too young. But she soloed under a glider. And I'm just like, man, she is just serious. I wish I had half the drive that kid has. I'd get so much stuff done. You know what I mean? so we're going to put this here and that there. Racing to the green light here. As soon as that light changes, I'm going to have to go. But for right now, we're still on for just a moment longer. Yeah, we're kind of, there we go, because those are feathers, but they look fluffy when you hold a pigeon. There we go. Give him some of those, and we'll put little claws in here. Betsy here. Right? Oh, man. And this is back to what I was saying before. I think as a culture, we've kind of gotten to this point where we insult each other and we love them. We love this. But it's a sign of camaraderie, right? The three of us were comrades here, even though it's just me drawing and the show, but we're here all the time and we're comradey and stuff, and so there's a certain amount of camaraderie that's allowed. I find it interesting that, but you can't abuse it. You cannot abuse this. You don't insult people you don't know, and God. Oh yeah, I do too. I mean, Marines. The truth is, Marines are pretty darned awesome, and so there's a certain amount of respect that goes with the position, but also, a certain amount of teasing that they can handle and all kinds of great stuff. So, Marines are the best, but the Navy's better. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh man, that's what we started with. Was that kind of? We were there in the very beginning, and you weren't here to defend the Marines. And I felt bad because I was like, we're picking on the Marines, but really you weren't here, Brent. And you were out partying because of the Marines' birthday, and so, Oh yeah, Marines are the best. Marines are absolutely the best. No complaints here. Okay. Have this carrier pigeon. Carrier pigeons right here. Alright. I knew that this was my gag here. And actually, carrier pigeons are a very respected, and many of them Never again volunteer yourself. Now that, probably truer than it needs to be. There we go. And here we are. Let's take a look at this. Now the sketch lines underneath it. Doesn't look bad. Guys, look at that. Stool pigeon. Oh man. If it was a USPS, it could be a post office carrier pigeon. Yeah. We're just saying. Okay. So, I'm feeling pretty good about this. This guy needs one more hour's worth of work to get in there and make it work. We need to put in the backgrounds and stuff like that, which I'll do today because this needs to be out tonight. So there's that, and that's going to be kind of a thing that we're going to have to do. Thank you guys for service jokes. That was actually a lot of fun. Some of those were good. Those were good jokes. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go early today so that we can help my kid and stuff like that, because I actually am teaching this afternoon, so I will be doing art and Japanese, which is the combination of things that I do in the afternoon, so on Wednesdays. So I'm going to head off and do that. Once again, I'm going to remind everybody, because I like this quote, that George Bernard Shaw says, "A life making mistakes is not only honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing." And I was going to sculpt today, but this needs to go out. So I'll either sculpt tomorrow, or I'm going to see. I need a couple of kids are the best. I need to see what the status is with Steven as to whether he needs his character drawn tomorrow, which may be a thing I may be doing either tonight or later on. We'll have to see what happens. Anyway, so I'm going to head out of here, guys. Again, to both of you gentlemen, thank you very much for your service. I do appreciate it. And, you know, even though we did spend a lot of time digging on it, at least we weren't Army. So there's that. And I'm hoping my bestie watches this show just for that, just so I could, just a dig, just one little dig heading his way. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep your eyes on the stars. Goodbye. Once I find my thing there.